Happy Saturday and welcome to our October 2022 monthly reading for our earth signs. So Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you guys don't know who I am Tara with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. And if you want to learn a little bit more about me, my website is linked down below, kittensweightsandtarot.com. Also, maybe check out Desert Cauldron, YouTube membership, Patreon. And by the way, the link for the newsletter is down below, and I just sent out our monthly newsletter today. So on the first of every month, I sent out a monthly newsletter. I don't do the spam game, so all you get is a wonderful witchy newsletter full of crystals and books that I'm reading and other YouTube videos that I'm watching and lots of other witchy stuff, sometimes spells, sometimes recipes for you guys. So if you're interested, go ahead and sign up for that. I also do want to remind people that we are going to be having a sale at Kittens, Weights, and Tarot on my website and also in my Etsy shop for the things that I create and also for my readings. So anywhere from 10 to 30% off from October 10th through October 31st. And if you head over to Desert Cauldron, which is our witchy shop where that James and I own together, we have a lot of hand-created items and as well as items from local artisans here in Arizona. And we have a sale from the 10th through the 31st as well. So 10% off over at Desert Cauldron. All right. So like I said, today we're going to be diving into what October 2022 has cooked up for our earth signs and have our goodies here. Angela, hey, says, how are you? I am doing fabulous. How are you doing? Had myself a lovely day today. Kind of worked on one of my videos, got to go to yoga and hang out with my friend Annette, and now I'm hanging out with you lovely folks. So anywho, I'm going to cast my elemental circle. Angela says, doing great, trying to decide which deck to use. Yay! So by the way, as people are coming into the chat, I do encourage you guys to bust out your decks or your runes, or if you want to work on your channeling or your downloads, then heck yeah, bring it to the chat. That's why we have these live chats, so that we can sling some cards together, so that we can come up with these messages together, we can come with these downloads together, and just elaborate on the reading, and I think it just makes it much more fun and much more rich. So anywho, if you got some decks, go ahead, bust them out. Let's see. And just says, do I go light? Do I go dark? So excited. I'm with Alikia. Let's try going light this time, as I light my candle. So all right, so utilizing the element of fire to burn away anything that does not serve us at this time, so we can get the best and highest messages possible for us. And I still have my awesome yellow candle that I was utilizing yesterday with our water signs. And I'm going to grab my little piece of Palo Santo here, and we're going to utilize that air element to just blow away anything that need not be here at this time. All right. Feels so good. Love the energy of the sacred Palo Santo tree. All right, so let's go ahead and put these down. And I'm gonna bust out my moon water. So this is actually, it is moon water, but it is also storm water, monsoon water actually to be exact. So our monsoons are finished basically here in Arizona. And so the last time, our very last monsoon that we had here in the Phoenix Valley is right here in this bottle. So some powerful stuff. Let's use this water element to wash away what does not serve us at this time. And a little bit for myself because it's a little warm skis. All right. Okay, so let's see what we got going on in here. Jamie, hey, how are you? Angela said, I'll pull from either my Ethereal Visions Tarot or my Grace cards by Cheryl Richardson. Oh, ooh, yeah. Those are two really good decks. This is my ancestor spirits really love the Grace cards. I was kind of leaning towards the Grace cards too. Hey. All right, and so for the earth element, I am again borrowing a different wand from our Desert Cauldron shop. So this is one that James and I created together. This is a deer bone, so a leg bone from deer. So deer bone here for the wand, and then we also have a bit of citrine, and we have a chlorite included quartz, which actually has a double tip on it, which makes it super powerful. Very grounded, but also connected energy. So I feel this has a really good dualistic energy to it. And also with our Desert Cauldron shop, we make sure that all of the animal products are ethically obtained, because harm to none is our motto in our practice. So anywho, just kind of giving life to some of our animal friends once again. All right, so I'm going to call in the 4 directions and calling in the elementals of those directions to help us to cast our circle today, starting with our friends at the north. So calling the northern elementals to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the east to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the south to help us to cast our circle today. And calling in the elementals of the west to help us to cast our circle today. All right, our circle is cast. Let our work begin, and so it is. All right. So let's see. Let's go back here. Angela said, Grace, it is. When I opened them, the guard card jumped out. If I didn't explain, that guard card is a card I shuffle for before putting in the deck away, and it's left face up in the closed box to guard the deck's energy and guard me. The guard card from the last time I used them is trust. So trust what you're getting tonight. All right, all right. Okay, so the decks that I'm going to be utilizing for today's chat, of course, I always bust out my Wally's World Oracle no matter what reading it is that I'm doing. And this is my little puma here. And if you are interested in Wally's World, the link for that is down below. But the other decks that are going to accompany Wally's World this evening, I have the Z Tarot. So let's start busting out those zombies. I have my Witch's Runes here. They look just like this. And I'm going to use the Magic and Mediums Oracle. I thought I would bust out some of the decks that are a little bit more fall, a little bit more autumn, Samhain feeling. I also have Mildred Payne's Oracle of Black Enchantments. All right. So let's go ahead and bust out the Tibetan Singing Bowl just to kind of use a little bit of that vibrational energy, that heart space vibrational energy, to just do one last clearing of the area, and then let's slang some cards. And just, ooh, I love World War Z, yes. And Jamie said, great card choices. Dude, I was like, I need to bust out my zombies. I think the zombies, they're ready. Especially, I don't know why I feel like zombie is connected to Earth zodiac signs. So I don't know, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Maybe you guys are feeling some zombie action there. All right, so let's go ahead and bust out our singing bowl. Let's just raise the frequency here. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to bust out Wally's World to get a theme card for the month of October for you earthy babies out there. Just something that we can look to kind of throughout the whole reading. Let's see, Angela said they're technically a corpse and corpses are supposed to be 6 feet under. Alikia said, I feel zombies and earthwork. Angela said the fact that they're not, you'd think would worry people more in the movies. Yeah, I would think so. It's like, oh, that's normal, just animated corpse. All right, so let's see what Wally has in store for the Earth signs for October 2022. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So much has already been happening, but October is a big month for us. So not just because it's Samhain, but other things going on. Just freaking super excited. Manifestations just kind of coming in. attuning to that land that we're moving up to, up in the mountains. It's just been amazeballs. All right, so it looks like Wally hath spoken. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Ooh. All right. So we have lightning, and actually one of my favorite things that I used to love to do with my DSLR camera was to capture lightning. It actually happens when you leave the exposure open, so you leave the shutter open for long periods of time, just kind of timing when you think lightning bolts are going to hit, and it just like captures all of the veins in the lightning bolt. It's like amazeballs. Anywho, when I was thinking about our move that we're going to be doing up in the mountains up north there, they're known for their lightning. So it's interesting that this came in, and also this kind of reflects today too, today being 13 Chuen in Mayan astrology. So this is all about creating movement and feeling freedom within your body, within your voice, and it being a very powerful 13 day today. And that in fact that it's October 1st, what a wonderful like energetic day to start the month on, because this is again about freeing yourself from the ego, letting yourself feel total elation and joy. And that was something that I put into my card of day over on Instagram. But yeah, that the reason, I'm getting this from the lightning bolts. The lightning bolt in Mayan belief is considered the Goyopa energy, and they believe that within us there's this lightning bolt. It's what animates us. It's what gives us life, basically, and that is kind of the feminine energy. And so that is something that we want to tap into, which is closely akin to like the Kundalini energy. It's a very creative energy. It's the one of manifestation. It's the one of action. And so when we work on freeing ourselves, and I feel like this is also going to be something that is a monthly theme for our earth signs, that when we allow ourselves to be totally and utterly free, that is from our own personal limitations and blockages, that's when we truly tune into that Goyopa energy, and when we can tap into our true power, the power that's always been there, just sometimes we're maybe not privy to it, even though it's never left us, then the world becomes our oyster. Then there are no limits. There's only let's try this and let's try this, and then just watch magic unfold. So anywho, I do feel that truly tapping into personal power, like personal power is going to be one of the major themes for our earth signs this month. So dude, I love that. Goyopa. Let's do it. Okay, let's see, let's go back here. Angela said, fun fact, the headstone was added later to graveyards to prevent the dead from sitting up. It was very taboo to disturb one for one reason, no matter what it is. Just let them out if you did. That is interesting. I dig it. And anything that I can learn about like graveyards and cemeteries, my very macabre side. So that is, I like it. That's interesting. Okay, so I think I got all the cards out of the box. All right, so maybe I should have put my hair up. It's a little warm. Okay, so we have the Tarot Z here. Just freaking, I love these cards. They definitely don't try to make zombies look pretty. They definitely look like decaying people. So there are still lots of protocols for moving cemeteries, including having psychics and sensitives called in sometimes. Yeah, that part I knew, but it's always interesting when cemeteries do get moved. Where I'm actually from San Diego. I don't live in San Diego now, obviously, but we have Old Town San Diego, and we have this like the original San Diegans kind of cemetery, but they had moved the cemetery to kind of make way for the little kind of touristy area, and so there was something about not moving the graves, so they kind of left many of the graves. And they just shortened the cemetery, but they just didn't move the bodies. So there's an actual cemetery, but then there's a lot of bodies that are in the road and underneath businesses. So there's like a little like copper thing that says gravesite. So, you know, if you're ever like walking across the road, you can see sometimes like the little grave markers in the asphalt, and sometimes it's in the floor of businesses. And it's just so odd. Like to me, I'm like building on top of the deceased. I don't know about that. So yeah, that's interesting. And actually they did that with my college too. They just like decided, oh, we're just going to build the dorms like right on top of actually native burial grounds. So we used to have Native Americans come over and do ceremonies and cleansing for our dormitories because their ancestors were buried right underneath us. So, dude. Jamie says, I'm planning to focus on my 13th keep for October, wanting to learn more, including how to open and embrace it fully. No better time than the present. Absolutely. Angela said, that feels wrong. I wonder how they feel about their grave sites having things on top of them. I mean, technically, you know, I would suppose that, you know, once we're gone, we don't feel much attachment to the body, but it still feels disrespectful, you know, especially if they're the original like people of the place that you're from, like the original San Diegans. Don't know about that. And Jamie said the whole historic downtown Savannah, Georgia is built on the dead, dude. And Joe said my deck gave us 3 cards, and Jamie said mass yellow fever graves included under playgrounds. Oh my gosh. And Angela said trust wants to remain out, so she's overarching the read. So we got receive, rest, and love. Interesting. All right, so you know, let me pull some cards as well. Let's just pull a few here. So what I'm going to do is the kind of general earth sign read first. So this will be for, you know, all. So Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. And then I'm going to go into each of the individual zodiac just to get more in depth about what's going on in October. Okay, so let's pull a few cards here. 1, 2, let's go 3, and let's go 4. And dude, today I feel like my intuition's just like pinging all over the place, so we'll see how we do. Okay, let's see what Angela's got first. Angela said receive shows a sleeping woman being cuddled by a red-haired woman. I always interpret these guarding women in the Graces deck as ancestor spirits. Oh, and you know what's interesting about that is tomorrow is actually the feast of the guardian spirits for those people that are kind of in the pagan ways of their practice. So that's all about honoring your spirit guides and your ancestors tomorrow, the ones that are kind of guiding you on your path. And then of course, you know, later on we have Samhain, and then we have Dia de los Muertos and Dia de los Niños and things like that. So interesting that came up. All right, so we have the Emperor here. Hello, sir. And then we have the 5 of Swords. Ooh, interesting. And then let's see, we have the Knight of Cups. Look at this dude. And then we have the 7 of Clubs, also known as the 7 of Wands. All right, so let me just take a gander at anything that looks like it's standing out so far. Okay, so we have 1 major arcana card, we have 1 court card, and then we have 2 minors. There aren't any repeating numbers, but I do want to mention that for the suits, we have swords, we have cups, we have wands, but we're lacking pentacles. That's kind of cheeky because you guys are the pentacle suit. Basically, you guys are the earth suit, and that happens to be the suit that is missing. So that's very interesting. And I don't know if this happened last month, but I know this has happened before. So when I was like doing the reading for the earth signs and like absolutely no earth shows up. So Just, put that out there. See what you guys get with that, with your intuition. Um, let's see. All right. So Jamie over there coming in with the Taurus. Sherry Bug, hey, it says hello everyone. I'm picking up a night shift tonight. All right. Well, just hopefully we can keep you nice and chill. Angela said, rest is a woman resting alone, surrounded by roses, laying on a golden floor in a white gown. She is resting with one arm out and up as if reaching to touch someone, but no one is there. Continuing the theme of the spirit from Receive. Angela said, love is a beautiful heartstone glowing with light ripples along its side, a torch in front of it, a path leading up to it, and a waterfall behind. Beautiful. All right, let's see what we got here. So again, we have the Emperor, we have the Five of Swords, we have the Knight of Cups, and we have the Seven of Clubs. All right, so let's dive in. Okay. All right, I gotcha. Okay, so remember at the very beginning when I pulled the theme card and it was the lightning bolt. And for me, I attribute that to the Koyopa energy, the spark of creation, that which, everything springs forth. We could also call that source energy, the thing that is within us, but also without us. And if our earth signs this month can tap into that energy, again, that's where we feel pure joy. We're purely in the heart, which is also what I'm getting with the Knight of Cups. That's where we find our power. When we go into our heart, that's where we find our power. It's no coincidence that it's just above the solar plexus, our power center. That as our information comes down, it's filled up into the heart, thus giving us our power. And with that power, we find our stability. That's at least how I, envision the chakras. And so as we're in that power, we're in that Emperor energy. However, with all this wonderful energy and, today, 13 Chuen, all this creative, powerful movement as we get in touch with that energy, unfortunately, we have the party pooper known as our ego may pop up, as we get all these creative insights and downloads, and I'm going to be doing this, and I would love to let go of this, and this is what I want to do next on my healing journey, and I want to express my creativity, and I want to speak my truth, and all of these things, and the ego is like, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, past experience says that maybe we should just remain quiet, maybe we just, don't want to try new things. What if we fail? How, the fuddy-duddy that our ego can be, and that's what I'm getting with that Five of Swords, that kind of mental blocks and mental conflicts that may be coming in. And when we're stopped up by the ego, that's what causes the external blockages. So it starts with the internal blockages becoming external, and that's what I was getting with the Seven of Clubs. So if you find that, you feel really tapped in October, and we've started October today. So if you're feeling like throughout the month, I feel like I'm getting a lot of downloads. I feel like I'm really tapped in. I'm really in the heart space. But you also have the negative Nancy that's telling you, no, don't try that. No, it's too scary. Then you're going to have a lot harder time trying to manifest the things that you want this month and beyond. If your heart wants one thing, the ego is doing a C block in front of you, then therefore in your 3D world, what you've been trying to create is going to be much harder. So if you're finding that there are difficulties in what you're trying to manifest, then this may be a time to take a look at how much the ego may be blocking you in the month of October. In which case, hey, that's a good thing. You can see it, and now you know that we need to work on it. Tell the ego to do a little shh, so that you can move forward, listening to what the heart is saying and how the heart is guiding you. All right. Okay, so let's go back here. Angela said, it's interesting because I heard in some mythos, waterfalls were natural portals to the spirit world. As soon as you go over their edge, or if you stand in the rising mist, its entrance to its entrance, it is the spirit world. And Alikia said the waterfalls are majestic. Yes, yes. Angela says, I love the way this reads strong ancestor energy tonight. There is no barrier between us. Just receive what we're sending. Reach out for us if you need help, and know we love you. There is no barrier. Everyone says the veil is thinning. I'm getting, but who says we're blocked from you at all? Is the veil external or is it internal? Sometimes the barrier is within you. Tear the curtain down. It's safe. You're loved. Drew, that pairs so well with what was going on in what I got for the messages as well, is that, you know, we are so tapped in right now. Like I said, I'm feeling pretty tapped in with my you know, energy right now. And so, you know, the only blockage that, you know, could be standing in our way is basically sometimes our own self, you know, our ego. It's, which is part of ourself. It's not the true self. But you know, what's there, it's ripe for the picking. You know, we can reach out and grab it. We just have to know that we're free enough to grab it. All right, so let's go ahead and bust out the witch's runes, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull a rune for each of the earth signs. So you know what, Jamie had pointed out that she is a Taurus, so let's go ahead and pull for Taurus first. All right, so let's shake these up. All right, Taurus, what do you got going on in the month of October? And by the way, do we have any other Tauri, sun, moon, rising in the chat? And I will mention that I have actually absolutely no earth energy in my chart. I'm mostly air and water with a little bit of fire. So it is of the utmost importance that I try to stay grounded as much as possible. Okay, so Taurus. What do we got going on here? Ooh, we have the eye. Vision. Okay. So let me dive into this one. I just want to mention that just as I was getting ready to tap into this, I feel like there is a spirit right behind me. So not that that's like unnatural. I mean, there's literally spirits everywhere. But yeah, one popped up behind me, and I feel like maybe it's just connected to one of you guys. So just thought I would mention that. Anywho, okay, Taurus. Okay. All right, so I feel like Taurus is going to be having certain little epiphanies, you know, throughout the month of October. I mean, they're not little, really. I mean, they feel like little messages, but how it feels to you is actually a really big thing. Like, it feels very important. And I feel like there's going to be a lot presented to Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising in terms of opportunities that are coming up that would be ideal for your growth, and avenues to take on the way to the things that you've been trying to manifest for quite some time. So not saying that this is something that you just thought about last month. I'm saying for the past maybe year, two, maybe more, you've been working towards something, you know, and this encompasses a lot of people, you know, a lot of different things. So it's not super specific, but I see you being able to see these opportunities, and it's like, oh my gosh. And it's that knee-jerk reaction. It's that first thing that you feel right in your heart that says, dude, go ahead and do it. This feels right. And then 2 seconds later, you're probably going to hear the ego say, nah, you can't do that right now. And here's the 101 reasons why you can't do this right now. You know, and that's what the ego does. You know, it's trying to quote unquote protect you, but sometimes it ends up coddling you and not allowing you the freedom to grow. So, like I said, I do feel like you're finally going to see a lot of avenues that will be very beneficial for you and what you want to do. And just know that if you feel any trepidation and you start hearing all the reasons why you can't do something, know that that is your ego. So in which case, fall even further into the heart space. go ahead, check in with that higher self and see what your higher self is really trying to tell you. Because remember, it's not going to try to steer you wrong. It's not going to try to put you into something super scary and, you know, something that you can't handle. Everything is done out of love, and it's meant for your best and highest good. It's beneficial for you. But you are going to have to get through the ego, and you know, we're all born with an ego. It just kind of comes with the human body package. And we just have to learn to balance that with that you know, multi-dimensional self that we have within us. So it's going to come up again and again in all of our readings, just because it's a part of us. And so we're just going to have to recognize its voice, and knowing when we can just kind of scoot it off to the side so we can move forward. All right, so yes, that is for Taurus. Let's see, let's go back here. Alikia says, I have a fairly even mix. Angela said, same, but that blew my mind. My goal was always to move the veil in my practice to get closer with my ancestors and guides, but what if the veil is just something I think is there? Exactly. Jamie said, I'm earth and water. Nice. Mimi, Taurus. Hey, what's up, Mimi? And Angela said, I just saw something on the camera over your shoulder. Dude, that's where I was feeling it. It says, one of my guides, Molly, is super active tonight. She doesn't mind if I say her name. I feel like she's overseeing this reading right now for me. You know what I was getting? I don't know how Molly looks to you, but I kind of felt like a older woman energy with like really short, almost that 20s like waved kind of hair, you know, like not like the flapper girls, but more like how the older women back in the 20s used to do their hair. So just that's what popped up. Jamie said, perfect. I'm working toward a promotion and have been for a year, and I was told there might be an offer coming my way in the next few weeks. Dude, that's amazing. Angela said, card for Taurus is surprise, picturing a fairy godmother reading a princess in a crown of stars with happy smiles if she has something special to dress her up for she hasn't told her about. Angela said, my great-grandmother looks like that. Oh my gosh. Well, she just may be hanging out. Says, rest her soul. She's another who likes to read with me. All right. Well, she's welcome. She's welcome. Come hang out all she wants. Okay. Let's see. Who should we go with next? Let's go with, let's see, we had Taurus. Let's go Virgo. Yeah. My mom's a Virgo. And my best friend's wife is Virgo. One of his 4 sons is Virgo. So yeah, I'm interested to see what we got going on there. Angela said her name is Vonda, by the way. She used to be a teacher. Well, hey, I mean, I used to be a teacher too. I was a high school teacher for 14 years. Yeah, so hey, what's up? All right, let's go ahead and pull for Virgo. And by the way, let us know if you got some Virgo running around, maybe not running, chilling somewhere in your chart. Okay, Virgo. Oh, okay. So with this, we have the winds. Angela said, so Taurus, you're going to get a surprise. It may not be what you expected, but you'll love it, and it'll be out of the blue and push you from your comfort zone. Shine your light and enjoy. I love it. Okay, so the winds for Virgo here. Winds of change. Okay, you know what song just kind of popped up into my brain? Because a lot of times my downloads are music and lyrics and things, and so I'm listening to, I'm listening in my brain right now to Scorpions, and it's is it called The Winds of Change? But it's the one where they whistle at the beginning of the song, do do do. Do, do, do. And it kind of sounds kind of Western, I guess. But yeah, anyway, Scorpions is playing right now. And I feel like the winds are changing for Virgo. So if a lot of you guys have been feeling kind of blocked lately, as we've been talking about at the beginning of the chat, tapping into that Koyopa energy. I do feel like, just like Taurus, Virgo, you guys are going to be tapping into that as well. But I think that this is a similar situation, if that makes sense, that you guys have been in before, like something that you're trying to work towards, and the same type of blockages or ego speak is popping up like it has in the past. But it's obviously a different situation. It's a different year, but the energy is the same. However, this time, I think that you are better able to recognize it because of the tools that you have in your toolbox. And so when this kind of ego speak comes up again, this similar opportunity towards the thing you want is popping up again. And this time, you make a different choice. You have the ability to make a different choice because you can. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm saying that the opportunity is going to be there, and then you can make your free will choice of what you want to do next. Like, do I kind of know what's going to happen if I go down the same path I did last time, but what if I change it? If I change things and I make a different decision, obviously it's going to be a little bit more scary because I don't know what the outcome is going to be. I just know that if I act exactly like I did before, I definitely know what that outcome is going to be, and that's not the outcome that I want. So this is all about maybe taking a little bit of a leap of faith on your part and following what you know to be for your best and highest good. And this is what's going to create some of the bigger changes that you've been waiting for in your life, but it's going to take a little bit of courage on your part. And when we talk about courage, it doesn't mean you have an absence of fear. It means you do something despite your fear. You go towards it, even if your knees are shaken, and you come out and find that there was nothing to fear at all, that there is some wonderful things waiting for you. So I'm seeing some big changes for Virgo. Dude, all right. Winds of change. Let's go back here. Angel said, Scorpio, God, believe if you feel like you can't do it, you can do it in your anxieties and nervous energy. The negativity, the little voices that aren't being so nice are lying to you. If you're getting negative tinged downloads that don't feel right, it's not your guides. Listen to the positive voice, even if it's quieter. You can do this. You have the inner power to discern. Believe in you. You have the power in your hands. It says, I guess I got Scorpio accidentally when I wanted Virgo. Well, you know what? There are no accidents, so that perhaps there was a Scorpio that needed to hear that, that's hanging out in the chat today. So maybe it's a Scorpio that has Earth placements. So I would say that was for somebody. All right, let's see. For the last one, we got Cappy. Where are my Capricorns at? All right, so any sun, moon, rising, Capricorns. Let's see what we got here. All right, Cappy in his house. Okay. I kind of knew this was gonna come out because it came out for the fire signs, it came out for the water signs, and now it's coming out for you guys, earth signs. But this one in the house of Capricorn. And we have the birds. We got some movement. All right, let's dive into this one. Capricorn, I feel like very similar to Virgo. So this might be somebody who has Capricorn and maybe also Virgo in their chart. But I feel like also being presented with some very similar situations. And this happens often for all of us, where basically we're going to get repeating lessons until we learn the lesson, and then we don't get that repetition anymore. But I feel like there is again some sort of opportunity, a lot of stuff from the past is coming up. It's not exactly the same, but the energy is very similar. And I feel like Capricorn has finally decided, you know what, this is for the birds. Like, I am done trying to be who I was in the past. I'm all done with that, because I want to be, however it is that you want to be, X, Y, and Z, and knowing that I can be whoever the freak I want to be in this moment right here. So I feel like maybe there are some Capricorns out there who have been pretty hesitant to be truly authentic and really step into their power for fear of judgment from others, because people often feel very uncomfortable when we don't fit into our old molds, if that makes sense. If people, let's say for me, for instance, if they have always known me to be a particular way, I've always acted a particular way, when I'm confronted with difficulties or, victories, I always act the same. And let's say I change that and I decide, you know what, I want to do this now because this is better for my best and highest good. Now I'm unpredictable. I don't have a predictable pattern anymore for people to feel comfortable around. And then they have to come to the realization that people do change and that you can change. And when they realize that they have had the power to change all along themselves, that makes their ego very uncomfortable. They recoil in horror, and then they want to project that onto you. Like, maybe you go back to being who you were so I don't have to change. And I think Capricorn, you're done with that game. If people want to change or they don't want to change, that's up to them. But you know that any projections that are going on to you really have nothing to do with you. You can only do you, boo. You can only be true to you. So this is Capricorn really stepping into their true authentic self. And we may have periods where we fall back, and that's okay. We're human. That happens on a journey. But then we move forward once again. And I feel like Capricorn, you're really going to start to feel some movements as you really become yourself, despite how people wish to perceive you. All right. Okay. All right, Cappy. I can dig that. Let's see. Angela said, Virgo got released with a fairy surrounded by shells in a relaxed position as if listening to music. My grandmother is a Capricorn. I have Cappy in my chart. So release and have fun, Virgo. Be grounded, but don't wear concrete shoes, and don't be afraid to loosen up and have fun. Work is important, but life is for living. Take a calculated risk. Have fun. Capricorn got perception. How are you looking at yourself right now? What do you say to the person in the mirror? Cappies, you are, and you are you, and there's no one else like you. Make sure you're speaking kindly to the person in the mirror. Self-love is what you need to focus. Learning to love yourself will teach you how to better help those you want to help in your life. An empty cup fills no one. Wise words. I love it. And Mimi said, freedom. She's got the Capricorn there. Heart open, arms up in readiness to receive, melting away the old, out and through, free, releasing, renewing, allowing, wisdom of the divine femme. And Angela said, try writing positive words on a mirror and letting them sit for a while so you see them each day. I like it. I used to do something like that when I was in high school, as I had, I don't know, very fragile self-esteem. And I mean, it's high school. And I used to write affirmations on my locker mirror. I had one of those magnetic mirrors. I had my locker all pimped out. Anyway, so I had this magnetic mirror in my locker. And I remember I used to write with lipstick and some of my lip smackers sometimes. And I used to write on my little mirror in there, like little positive words for myself for the day, so that every time I looked at myself in the mirror, no matter what kind of crappy day I was having at school, it was like me, the real me, speaking to teenage me, Let's see. Karen says, will I find love again after my fiance passed away? My ex broke my heart. Oh no. That is so... Well, you know what? During our healing sesh today, after our October reading, when we finish up the October reading, we'll definitely send a lot of healing your way. This one being the October reading, I'm not pulling any specific cards for anybody in the chat, just more for the zodiac signs, so the earth signs, so Virgos and Capricorns and Taurus. But I do have my website down below if you are interested in the full readings. And Brian said, I'm a Capricorn and I'm self-employed with my own art. I always want to make prosperous sales and get confidence. Well, you know what? Like we said with Capricorn, I do feel like a lot of Capricorns are going to be done with fitting into the mold of what other people want to perceive them as. And I think it's about really stepping into who you are and moving forward in that, really following what your heart has been trying to tell you. So, all right, you guys, let's actually look into a opportunity and a block for all of our earth signs out there. So for that, I have the Magic and Mediums Oracle. And Angela said, molds are for silicone, clay, and cookies, not people. Here. I'm all about that. All right, keep the molds for cookies, definitely. Just makes me want to bake, actually. All right, here we go. So a particular block may be coming up for our earth friends, our sun, moon, rising, little earth babies, and maybe an opportunity coming up for October 2022. All right, okay, that's just going to be our card. All right, cool beans. Angela says, I'll pull from the Graces how to release the block. Okay, all right. Here we go. So a particular blockage we may encounter. Interesting. Elemental magic. And straight away, what I was getting, remember the 4 cards that I pulled at the beginning? I have the Emperor, I have the Knight of Cups, I have the 5 of Swords, and I have the 7 of Wands. But I was lacking any of the Pentacle suit. So that's you guys. That's the Earth suit, right? And here we have elemental magic. So perhaps one of the blockages that's coming up is not allowing more of you to be in the things that you guys are doing. You know, we have a whole lot of swords. We got the ego coming in. We have a whole lot of fire. So a lot of the things that we're trying to manifest, but the ego is making some blockages in that manifestation. What's missing in the middle there, even though we have the cups, you know, with the Knight of Cups, you know, our heart is trying to let us know, hey, this is what you need to go towards. And in order to truly take those steps forward is you being authentically you. That's the Pentacle suit that is missing. That's the missing piece there. We got the heart, we got the mind doing what it wants to do, and it's creating blockages. But in order to get out of this, we need to get back grounded into Mama Gaia, which is basically you guys. So let's do that. Let's make sure that we get grounded in our higher self and our heart and our true purpose, not grounded in the ego, because the ego is not grounded at all. It's just living kind of in the future, in the past, but anywhere but the present. All right, so let's take a look at an opportunity then, because we know now that if that's one of our blockages, well then we can just ground ourselves then. We can just really go inwards and find the true voice. And like Angela mentioned before, that maybe that higher self may be just a little bit of a whisper, because maybe we don't give it all the sound time that it needs. So it's okay that it's only a whisper, but follow that whisper. And the more that you do, that whisper becomes room level decibels. And then after that, it starts to become louder and louder. And it's much more easy to listen to. Let's see. Angela said, oh, I just got listen. What an interesting card with what you just said. Dude, the synchronicity is amazing. It says, listen depicts a beautiful woman. She strikes me as a Mama Gaia-like figure. She has a large conch shell in her hand, but is listening to the closed side of the shell. Well, that may seem counterproductive. She's listening to another part of the shell and picking up different words. Interesting. Ooh. So for our particular opportunity that we have for our earth signs this month, we have persuasion. And for some reason, I'm like listening to, in my head, crystal blue persuasion. But in this case, what is the blue? The blue is our voice. this crystal blue persuasion. So allow what's going on in the heart here, and the downloads that you've been receiving through your higher self, not your ego, and let that be voiced out into the world. And that becomes the energetic connection. We want to match frequency to frequency, so that we can almost like persuade the energies to match up, you know. But let's go into this a little bit more. Oh, oh my gosh. Okay, pause it just right there, you guys, real quick. You guys know, like in this card, do you see the eye? Do you remember who we pulled for first? Taurus. And do you know who we pulled for next? Virgo. Look at the swirl there. And remember who we pulled for last? Capricorn with the birds, and these are all butterfly wings. Dude, this is all three of you guys. Like all three zodiac signs. Dude, you guys are going to freaking manifest. Like, the opportunities are going to be there. They're going to be there. And remember that the only thing trying to stop you is the ego. Don't let it. You know, the ego does not have your best interest at heart. It doesn't actually, no. Well, I mean, it's trying to protect you, but it's not doing a very good job. So that is freaking amazing, you guys. Let's go back here. Angela said, so if you're stuck, try listening in a different way. Self-respect fell out of the deck. Mimi said, don't know how it works but I got community, women in a circle around the cards, and visions, earthy, sacred geoscene. Interesting. You know what? That could also be connecting to the collective consciousness as well. There's a few things in Mayan astrology, like we call on Khan, which is like the net, the fisherman's net that connects each and every life form on this planet. And then we also talk about the number 8 being the red thread that basically connects everything. And I know that that's very similar to a lot of Native American beliefs as well. And so when you're talking about community and visions, I think that, you know, if a lot of the earth signs can go inwards and connect with themselves, that we're not just connecting to our higher self, but we're connecting to the global community. And when we can connect to that, we can see even more, because now we're seeing with the eyes of the community instead of just our own peepers. So that's pretty cool too. So thank you, Mimi, for offering that up. Susie, hey, how are you? So smash that like button. Thank you. Thank you. Angela said, self-respect shows a mermaid sitting on a distant rock, not facing the sparkling shells. She's covering herself, but appears to be holding her shoulder. She has an energy of someone injured. So if you're given an opportunity, don't jeopardize yourself. If something feels wrong, it's wrong. All right. Even if it looks sparkly, shiny, if it doesn't feel right, listen. Sparkly, shiny things can hurt and hide things that string some of the most toxic creatures are the most people. Oh, sting. So things that sting, some of the most toxic creatures. Yes. Yes. Dude. All right. Okay, you guys, we have gone to the viewer's choice. So I have 2 questions, and I have my Mildred Payne's Oracle of Black Enchantments. Yes, Angela said maybe the typo hinted at a toxic person. Yes. All right. So I'm going to read the first question. If you guys dig that question, I'm going to have you vote with a red heart emoji or type the words red heart. All right. The second question, if you like that one better, then vote with a green heart emoji or type the words green heart. Afterwards, I'm going to count up all the red hearts and all the green hearts, and that will determine which question we're pulling cards for. All right, are you guys ready? And I'll even throw in a little bit of Jeopardy music. And Susie said, ooh, Mildred Payne, love it. Yes. Okay, so here are the questions. Are you ready? And by the way, everybody that's in the chat can vote, so don't feel like if you came late that you can't vote. Everybody is afforded a vote. Okay, here we go. Number 1, what is lurking in my shadows? What is lurking in my shadows? And that is for a red heart, or type the words red heart. Question 2, a message from my ancestors. So what message do your ancestors bring? If you like that one, vote with a green heart or type the words green heart. All right, here we go. Go ahead and get your vote on, typing the words green heart, red heart, maybe throwing up some emojis, red hearts, green hearts, and we'll do a little Jeopardy. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right, so we got Mildred Payne all pulled out here. Let's see what we got. What do we have? What do we have? All right, Angela was coming in with a green heart. Jamie's coming in with a green heart. Susie, green heart. Alikia, green heart. Oh, hold on. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4. Mimi's got a red heart. All right, so far we have 4-1. Do we have any more votes? Any more votes want to come in? So far we got 4 green hearts, 1 red heart. Okay, going once, going twice, going thrice. Looks like green heart is the winner. Yay! Okay, Susie says the green, and the green is a message from my ancestors. What message do your ancestors have for you? Angela said my deck gave 4 cards. Synchronicity. Mimi's like, I have to be unique. Nice. Hey, no pushback here from wanting to be unique. All right, so let's go ahead and shuffle these up. Whoa. Okay, well, it looks like we got our card from our ancestors. And check this out. So we got a kitty cat, and it looks like he's hanging out with, or it's hanging out with these birds. And I don't know if the cat wants to eat the birds or the birds are just chilling and talking to these this cat. They think he's just a cool cat, man. Let's go ahead and dive into this one because this looks interesting. By the way, this bird looks like it has teeth. I don't know. Angela said that picture reminds me of a children's book as a kid. Kind of does. It almost reminds me of like Puss in Boots. That used to be one of my favorite fairy tales, Little Puss in Boots. Okay, so let's dive into this one. A message from our ancestors. The message that is coming through is to not allow others to tell you how to be you. For instance, sometimes we have people, friends, family, the media, just social media, just, society, telling us that if we are of a particular gender, then you are going to act this way. You're going to vote this way. You're going to possibly go into these types of careers. This is how you should behave when faced with adversity, or this is how you should behave when you have joyful things that happen in your life. This is how you should behave when you are in mourning. And then the same goes for your background. If you have come from a particular culture, this is how you must behave. If you are the firstborn in a family, this is how you must behave. And I don't believe that there's anybody who actually sat you down and said, this is how you have to be. It's more been represented and subliminal, where you have watched how your role models behaved. Our role models were our teachers, they were our family members, they were friends, they were people in our neighborhood. And we may have grown up believing that's me, but really it's just been the conditioning of how people have decided you should be in order for you to fit in, because that's also a very human thing. We do want to fit in, especially as teenagers, like teenagers are are constantly not wanting to stand out, from the crowd. They want to feel like they just kind of fit in with their friends. They fit in with the crowd. And it's a very interesting stage when trying to find one's identity. But I feel like that extends beyond, even into adulthood. Oftentimes we're trying to find out who we truly are. And hence a lot of people finding that the external, it hasn't been the place to find those answers. And so those answers have been within us all along. And so our ancestors are asking us to go inwards once again and really look into the things that you love, the things that you dislike, the careers you've been interested in, the people that you've been dating, all of these things. How much of that is what has actually been programming? And I think that if we can dismantle some of that programming and be you, truly you, regardless of what other people think you should be, this is where the beauty that is you truly shines. All those opportunities, all the jewels of the earth are in front of you, and they always have been. But sometimes it's very hard to see when we're wearing a mask, basically of what people think you should be like. And so I'm getting that, definitely with this cat here. The ancestors are like, when we think of cats, we think of cats are, they play with their food, they eat birds, they eat lizards, but what if we're just imposing that belief, and so therefore we always see that to be true. But what if we believe something different? We may see that this creature that should act in a particular way all of a sudden doesn't act in that way anymore because our belief has changed. Well, the same thing can happen for us too. All right. Hey, man, I can dig it. Let's see, let's go back here. Susie said, aw. Angela said, that picture reminds me, oh yeah, of the children's book. That was a mouse dentist who worked on the teeth of all the scary animals. And Susie says, I'm in love with the kitty. And Angela said, when he realized a fox was faking it and trying to trick him so he could eat him, he glued the fox's teeth together to teach him a lesson. I got gratitude, surrender, perception came again, and connect. Susie, hey! Susie is a member for 4 months. You know what? I think I'll do a little channel download for you right after this. Angela said, gratitude is beautiful. It's an image of a younger woman with her head in the lap of a woman that appears to be the age to be her mother and looks to be, but if you look closely, the older woman has a beautiful mermaid tail while the young woman is a human. So that's not her human mother, but the mother who has loved her and guarded her heart, and she seems relieved to see her. Susie says, I'll be watching this back from the beginning. I am resonating with those messages. Hey! Angela said, surrender shows the woman from the rest card with the roses, but this time she's laying outside with no roses, facing away from the reader and facing the mist. And Denise was also coming in with the green hearts. Yay! And Angela said, perception is a woman in fine clothing, appearing to have fabric behind her, but I always find it to look like wings, not a veil. All right, so cool. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get into that healing. I know that there was somebody in the chat who was needing a little bit of extra healing, so we'll do that as well. But I got my Tibetan singing bowl here, and this is attuned to the heart chakra. So we have the yam sound, and yeah, and I figure that that is a good place to be, especially, our earth signs. We want to connect through our heart space down into the earth. We want to ground our attention. So when I get you guys into the breath work today, when you guys are breathing in, think about all the messages you heard today from everybody in the chat, from here on my side, and which of them connected with you. I want you not only to breathe them into your body, but I want you to send them down into Gaia. I want you to ground those things that you want to bring to fruition on Mama Gaia in this 3D world. And then when we work on our exhale, we got to make room for the things we want to bring in, right? So think about the things that you want to release. These can be intangible things like beliefs, but they can be tangible. So just take a moment to think about that right now as you guys get into a comfortable space, so you can go lay on the bed, sit in a chair, sit on the couch, sit on the hard floor like I'm doing. I mean, it's totally up to you. But go ahead and just get cozy there. And Angela said, connect is a castle in the midst of the sea, surrounded by mist. A woman is following a ferry out of the mist and back into the shore. And Susie is sending healing. Sheldon, hey, how are you? Angela said, so I love the way they read, be grateful for all the lessons, the love, but if others aren't grateful for you and continue to mistreat you, go be close to those who cherish you. I agree. Surrender doesn't mean to give up. It means to stop and give a break, even if you don't want to. Life tells you to go, but sometimes you need to stop. And Sheldon said, good news, Beetledon is back. All right, yes. And Angela said, perception says rest and gratitude will help you see things in a different way. I totally agree. All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and get nice and cozy and bring your awareness inward. If you feel called to, you can go ahead and close your eyes, and all you have to do is just listen to my voice. And just allow yourself to breathe normally. Just do a little systems check. So just kind of put your awareness kind of all throughout your body. Are there any places that feel tight, that feel sore, feel like they need a little extra love? Let's go ahead and send a little energy to those areas. And while you're in there, go ahead and try to sit up as straight as possible. You don't have to be super stiff, but just make sure that your spine kind of creates a straight line as best you can, whether you're lying down or sitting up. And we want to make sure that the energy that comes down, from our higher self, from source energy, from that divine energy, which is also us, passes through what I consider the tree of life that is our spinal cord. Let it fill your human body, let it fill your etheric body, and then send that energy down into earth. And since you guys are earth signs, I want you to breathe up all that power that is you, all of that Capricorn and Virgo energy and Taurus energy, and let that fill your body, and then send that up into source. So you become a lovely conduit of the polarities of as above, so below. And you get to be this dualistic creature here on earth, living in harmony within oneself, or at least that is our goal. All right, and let's start to bring some relaxation from our head to our toes. So I would say for you guys, I think you guys need a little bit of the water element. So let's go ahead and imagine that maybe we have a bowl and it's filled with water, and somebody is slowly pouring that water over your head. And so letting that water rush down your face and down your head, and everywhere the water touches, you feel more and more relaxed. Let it wash down your jaw, your neck. Let it wash down your shoulders. Let those shoulders drop away from the ears. They've done their job today. Let them have a break. Let that water rush down your back, down your torso, down your arms and your fingers, all the way down the hips, down the legs, down the toes. Everywhere that cool water goes, you just feel utterly, utterly relaxed. And then we want to draw our attention towards the breath. And this is where I want you guys to kind of focus on the intention. What are you bringing in? And when you take your deep breath in, into the diaphragm, into the lungs, into the stomach, I want you also not only to fill your body, but to ground it into Gaia, because you want it to manifest in this earthly plane. All right, and then as you breathe out, I want full exhales. Let the belly button touch the spine as best you can. Empty the tank as fully as you can to fully release that which no longer serves you. So let's go ahead and take some nice deep breaths in. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And release. Breathe in again. And release. Remember that every breath that you're taking in now, and don't stop, go ahead and continue. Every breath that you're taking in now is filled with intention. Don't forget to ground it into the earth. Every exhale is fully exhaling everything, every bit of that thing that you no longer want in your life. Let it totally exit the body. So continue your breathing in this way. And as you do, I'm going to play the Tibetan singing bowl just to let you kind of sink into that energy, which is the heart space. As you breathe in these intentions, these things that you are fully capable of manifesting. All right, you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Oh, I feel so relaxed right now. Anyway, I want to thank you all for hanging out with me this evening, slinging some cards along with us. Everybody was doing some inputs, voting, just all around bringing the vibes in. I thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I enjoy doing these monthly live chats. Well, actually at the end of October, when we're getting ready for the November live chats, I am kind of wondering how that might look, because we'll be like super moved up into our property by then. So we'll see. I'm kind of looking forward to, actually I'm a lot looking forward to everything that's going to be happening in the month of October. So I hope that you guys have a beautiful month, all you earth signs and everybody else who is just chilling and hanging out with us. Tomorrow will be the final zodiac signs, so that will be all of our air signs. So that is Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. So I hope to see you guys tomorrow night, 7 p.m. And then we also have our weekly reading at 10 a.m. So if you guys are going to be there, I hope to see you there. Let's see, let's go back here. Oh, Angela had some more messages back there. It said sometimes the way to see the way is just to pause and look a little closer. Rushing makes you miss stuff. Connect simply is saying ancestors want to connect, and the positive energy is what to connect you. If it's harming you, break the cord. Also, healing hugs sent to the lovely lady who needed healing earlier. Healing from your heart. There's love out there for everyone who loves, takes effort and work. But love that is real won't hurt. Love is not pain. If it hurts, it's not the dynamic. May you have the best and most blessed dynamic for you, and may you find love all around you. Blessings. That is so beautiful. And Sheldon said, Beetledon miss his friend Vitch the Witch. Oh, Angela said the singing bowl sounds like a heartbeat. Yes, it does. Oh, by the way, the mosquito bite, doing much better. So well, I've been sitting on my hand, but it is much better now, and it's pretty much gone away. So yay! Thanks for the message. Yes, feeling much better. And Susie said, thank you. Yes, and thank you, everyone. All right, so I also want to thank my YouTube members, which I said for Susie, I'm going to do just a quick little download for you as a thank you for being a YouTube member. So Susie is one of our YouTube members, but she's also one of our moderators. Liesel is another one. Kayla and Heather, thank you guys so much. Also to all of my patrons. Surian, Brandy, V, Samara, Kirsten, Kayla, Sarah, Jason, Charles, Brian, Grace, and Jamie. Thank you guys all so much. And I believe Jamie was in the chat with us today, so nice to see you, girl. Angela said, blessings. Hope to see you next stream. Yes. So yeah, tomorrow, 7 p.m., that will be the final Zodiac sign. So all of my air signs, come and hang out with us. All right, so Susie, let's do a little channeled message for you. So and I'm actually asking for your message to come in the form of a song. So I'm I'm waiting for a spirit to play the correct record, the DJ that is Source Energy. Okay, Source is actually a pretty good DJ. All right, here we go. Susie, okay, I'm getting the start of a song. You'll know this one. I have forgotten the name of it. It's, ah, ah, in the house of the rising sun. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yeah, now that's. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my gosh, I might have to play this song after this one, but anywho, so that's part of the message. And actually the cadence of the song, the beat of the song feels like there's something quickly approaching for you. It almost feels like the gallop of horse hooves, that you are moving pretty quickly towards something good. You know, it's an awesome opportunity. And actually I feel like this involves your son too, something maybe for you and your son. Interesting. Something this month, definitely. But yeah, I feel you moving quickly towards it, and yeah. And maybe you want to look into the lyrics of that song too. Yeah, all I see is the galloping horse hooves. So probably in the next week or two. Interesting. Let's see. Oh, and then Angela was asking Susie if she can pull a card as well. Jamie ordered your Wally deck. Oh my gosh. Check it and yeah, go ahead and get that ready for you. And Susie said yes. And then Angela said direction. Susie said love it, thank you. Angela said one of the few men in this deck. He has angel wings and is appearing to stare into a pool of water as if reflecting. And Jamie actually figured out the title of that song. That is, yes, that is Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin. Angela said perhaps someone is thinking about you, someone close, not sure about the men in your life, but perhaps you have a dynamic that's shifting in a positive way here soon. Susie said, bless you, you are my high priestess, love you girl, love you right back. I thank you, thank you. Angela says, it feels like there's a shift, but it's a good shift. Yeah, that's what I'm getting to. And you know what? On that, let's go ahead and make a wish on these positive shifts, all these things that you want to bring in as we sit here on the precipice of October. We're here in the 1st. So we have this candle here. I want you guys to go ahead and make a wish just like we do on our birthdays, because it's it is a form of spell magic. So what do you guys want for October? Are you ready? Put it in your mind, set the intention, and so it is. All right, you guys, I'm going to close up the circle here, and then I bid you all a good evening. All right, so thanking our elemental friends who showed up today. Thank you, elementals of the north, for helping us with our circle today. Thank you, elementals of the west, for helping with our circle today. Thank you, elementals of the south, for helping with our circle today. And thank you, elementals of the east, for helping with our circle today. Circle is closed, but our circle still remains. As above, so below, as within, so without. Merry meet, merry part, merry do and meet again. And so it is. All right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Have a fabulous rest of your weekend. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow evening. Yay! Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out. Bye, guys.